Microphone working? It's a bit quiet. Microphone working? Hold a minute. Playback recording devices. Didn't want that. USB, properties, levels. Right, I think that might be a bit better, I'm not sure. Properties, levels. Right, I think that might be a bit better, I'm not sure. Too loud. Too loud. Properties, levels. Oh, it turned itself back down. Oh well. Right. Hey guys, how's it going? A couple of updates here before I start. Right, I've had a couple of nasty little comments the other day. Now, let me just say here, I've been doing this for 5 years. Well, hang on, 2012. Yeah, no, it's 2018. 6 years I've been doing this. 6 years of my time, my energy, my spiritual interaction, the activity in here. And people are slagging me off because I'm asking for a little bit of help. Well, fuck you. And yeah, I have deleted their comments and then asking this, and they were trolls. You know, I don't ask a lot of things from a lot of people, to be honest with you. I hate asking, you know, to be honest with you. But, you know, the circumstances over the last 8 months has been very, 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 very difficult for me, yeah. I am surviving on £60 a week, and I'm being honest up front with it, £60 a week. Right? And I have 6 bills to pay each month. Sometimes I have to go without food. Sometimes I have to kind of like put a bill back behind me and things like that. You know, so asking for a little bit of help to buy a new computer or a new DVR system isn't asking the world, is it? You know, I'm not asking and begging you. You know, if you want to help, you help. You don't want to help, you don't have to help. If you don't like me asking, don't fucking even bother coming here. Because I don't give a shit what you think. If people want to help me because they like being here and like my streams and the activity and the entertainment that I give them, and they want to help, great. If they don't want to, that's okay, fine. You know, if I had to go offline for 6 months until I got somewhere buying a new computer, then I'd have to do that. Now, I had one donation already here, which I'm thinking of refunding back if she wants that back, actually, because I've actually got my computer fixed now. How did I get it fixed? By stripping out parts from my old computer, like a DVD drive. You know, it's still the same computer, so I couldn't get Windows to be reinstalled. The CD drive would not open. So I looked at my old computer and there's a CD drive on there. Luckily, SATA one, which I needed. And I put it in and I formatted the whole of my computer and started fresh. You know, probably about 4 years of data I had to clear. 4 years of data. But luckily I was able to back up at least half of it onto an external hard drive. And now I've got a working computer for now. But, you know, appreciate to Leslie for sending me that £10 donation. If she wants it back, I'll give it back. And if she don't, you know, if she wants me to keep it, I'll keep it. I appreciate the help that I had with the DVR system. But, you know, the nasty comments I've got there, ain't going to tally because I paid for most of that myself. I probably had a £50 donation in total. The new DVR system cost me £175. So the rest of the money come out of my pocket. So where have I really asked for any kind of real financial help? Not like some people I could suggest right now, but I'm not going to, because they've done no harm in me. You know, there's a couple of people that's been asking for help and they've got the help they've required. You know, it's like I hate asking. People who don't ask, you don't receive, do you? You know, there's good people out there who is going to be willing to help, and there's some people who's going to be fucking nasty as hell and slag you down because you're asking for that little bit of help. I bet they've never asked for help in the past, have they? Oh, no, no, no. No, what about them asking their parents to lend them some money? That's still the same thing. Asking for money. And I can't say they don't, because they'd be lying. Everyone in this world, I suppose, has asked someone for a little bit of help. You know, whether it being like, you know, helping someone with the cost of petrol, because they've asked if you can help with the cost of petrol, fuel costs. And that's what this is like, really. You know, I'm running a computer to get on the internet to give you this activity. It's all wear and tear. Computers don't last forever. And if you can't afford it, you go to the next step. You ask your friends if they can help, if your family can't help. So am I really doing anything wrong? No, not really. If you want to help, you help. If you don't, you don't. You don't need to come on my streams and be fucking nasty as arseholes, because I'm not going to reply to your comments. I'll just delete and block you. That's it, full stop. Just don't come to my channel. Fuck off. Right, okay, so as I said, I have got my computer working. I'm running it now. Thank to God for helping me. Stop running without. As you can see, my flu virus is kind of like practically gone now. I've still got a little bit of a cough from time to time, but you know, I'm a lot better. I feel a lot better in myself. So yeah, I know I've got people that care for me, but you know, you got those haters out there who want to keep causing shit. It doesn't really bother me. I just say I block and delete them. You know, and if I had to explain the reason why I ask for money, I will. You know, fuck them. You know, let's say if Leslie, if you want your money back here, just send me an email and I'll refund your £10. That's no problem whatsoever. Still in my PayPal account. No, I'm not going to get a computer for £10 anyway. I don't know how long this computer's going to last for. It could last a couple of days, couple of weeks, couple of months. If it goes down, you won't see me for a long time, full stop. So unless I do get the funding for a new computer, then, you know, whatever way, you know, me scrimping and scraping. Yeah, and yeah, people say, well, why don't you try to sell some of your stuff? I have tried, but, you know, there's still even people out there being so fucking dimwits, so nasty, saying, oh, you're selling stuff and you're making money while you're on a benefit. Well, the benefit fucking knows I had an eBay account and I no longer have it anymore. No, it's none of your fucking business anyway what I do with my stuff. No, keep your fucking nose out of people's shit. Because like one of these days someone's going to cause shit for you and you ain't going to like it. Full stop. So anyway, I don't know how long this computer's going to last for. It might last another year, it might last 2 weeks, it might last till tomorrow. I don't know. So I suddenly go offline and you don't see me for a long time. Then you know why. Okay. I do have a laptop, you know, but I can't stream on there because it's not powerful enough to do YouTube streams that I know of. I have tried streaming in the living room with the laptop, but you know, the Wi-Fi sucks in here. And without decent Wi-Fi, I can't stream on it anyway. I had a phone call today, actually. And be wary, guys, with, you know, phone calls. I had a phone call from a guy who reckons he was with BT, right? And he's asking about, you know, what my service was like. Because they've had a lot of complaints, apparently, about the service not being good and people's computers running slow. Well, yeah, that does happen here. But he asked me if I was on my computer. I said, yeah. He goes, do you have any other computer? I said, yeah, I've got a laptop. Well, can you go and get your laptop? I could do, but why do I need the laptop when I've got my computer? Well, we need to do some test runs. I said, well, the laptop's not in this room, it's in another room, and I can't be bothered to get it. Well, you need to go and get your laptop. You need to turn it on and let me know when your laptop's on. I said, I can't because the laptop ain't working. It's got a faulty hard drive. I lied to him. And he was really kind of rude. And he goes, well, if you can't turn your laptop on, you can't use your PC, like, you know, goodbye, you know, have a good day. And I thought, BT wouldn't do that. So I think it might have been some kind of scam artist, you know, trying to probably want to get access to your computer. You know, because BT, I don't think, would really contact you. And I'll probably ring BT up tomorrow and ask them if they did have someone contact me today. And if so, I'll tell them how rude they was. No, he reckoned his name was Mark, but it sounded like a Pakistani guy. You know, one of those cold callers kind of thing. So be wary if you get any phone calls from so-called internet providers like BT, TalkTalk, Virgin, and practically kind of demanding you to turn your laptop on, because they wouldn't need to do that. All they'd have to do is say, well, like, you know, we're going to run a few tests on your router, and if you still get any, like, kind of like interruptions, call us back. They don't need access to your computers. No way do they. So be careful on that, yeah? Right, so anyway, right, so we got the computer issue sorted out. The GoFundMe one will probably be turned off, or I might keep it back on. I don't know yet. You know, if people still want to like help me out to get a new one in the future, then great. The DVR system, you know, that's I'll be honest with you, I did have a problem with it the last couple of days. The kitchen and the balcony cameras were playing up chronically. They had like real bad static lines going down. The balcony one kept going from normal to really bright white color, you know, and I didn't know what was causing it. I was going to get the new one out, but I just kept mucking around with it, and I found out what it was. What it is, that some reason the correct power ampage is not going through the connector leads to feed to the cameras. But I managed to sort it out now, so all 8 channels are back to perfect working conditions. So I've got that sorted out. We are going to go back on to doing some live streams with DVR camera starting probably next week. Tonight we're going to do a Ghost Box. Now I've got a Phasma box here, and when I found out he was doing the new one, the upgrade Optimus box, I think it's called. No, hang on, open the wrong one. The thing was, you could only get that upgrade if you bought a Phasma box as a new user. Because I've already bought Phasma box about 2 years ago, yeah, I asked him if I could up the upgrade, and he wouldn't give me the upgrade. So, and I wasn't going to like pay for a new version if I could help it. But I did get the upgrade in another way. So what we're going to be using tonight is the Phasma box, the updated version. Right, it's called the Phasma Box Optimum. The only it kind of like goes full, and I can't see what I'm doing on the camera. So in a minute, I'm going to go full screen, and you'll see, hopefully, the Ghost Box. You won't see me, you'll see the Ghost Box, and we're going to do a Ghost Box for a little bit. How long for, I don't know. But as I say, next week we'll hopefully start doing the live cameras, DVR systems again. More ghost boxing, EVPs. Going to get back to the Ouija board. I'm still trying to get Rose to come and do the murder mystery, but I don't know what she's doing. 1 minute she's okay, next minute she's ill, next minute she's doing her own stuff, you know. So I don't know what's happening about doing the murder mysteries, but I am going to do one next week. Whether being Rose is willing and ready to do it or not, I'm going to try and talk to Alicia Lamb. For those who don't know, she was the one, the Chinese girl who went into a hotel in America, and they found her body in the water dump, which is on top of the building. It's like a big kind of cylinder thing, and it showed you the cameras, CCTV footage of her going into the lift, and she's pushing the buttons, and suddenly she comes out, and it looks like she's starting talking to someone. Next minute she's disappeared, and that's the last I saw of her. I think someone started complaining about the taste of the water or something, so they had to go and investigate why the water was really like bitter and terrible. Then they found her body in there. A lot of people reckon that she was possessed by an evil demonic spirit in there. I have actually got 2 sessions up of Alicia Lamb already on my YouTube. I've got a headache now. So I'm going to try and communicate with her again. Hopefully next weekend. So next weekend, probably it's going to either be a Friday or Saturday. I'm going to try and communicate with her through the ghost box and through the Ouija board, and see if we can communicate with her again, 3rd time. Because last time I spoke to her, apparently there is more stuff that she wants to communicate and tell us regarding the bodies that have not been found or may have been found that was put in the basement. There wasn't also in that same hotel. Who was that? Miranda's or whatever his fucking name is. I can't remember what his name is, but there was a notorious serial killer that stayed in that hotel as well. And she told us that like he actually killed a few people, which no one knew about, and somehow buried them in the basement. So, you know, Alicia told me that there is other stuff that we need to know. Over the last couple of months, someone did email me saying that she was the reincarnation of Alicia Lamb, and she found that the streams were kind of like interesting, but there was a little bit of a contradiction on some of the stuff that we got than what she knew. So, you know, I'm not saying that she is a reincarnation of Alicia Lamb, but no, she did say that she was kind of like interested in the case file, and she's been studying Alicia Lamb. You know, I could say I'm a reincarnation of like some other bloody person, you know, victim or serial killer. If I wanted to, you know, if I wanted to say, but I ain't. No, I can't say she is. I can't say she ain't. But she reckons that she was interested in it. But I've not seen any kind of like favours added to her YouTube or anything like that. So, you know, maybe she's a kook, you know, cuckoo. But anyway, apologies for the start off. Just had to get that out. You know, GoFundMe still there if you want to. It's up to you, but I'm not asking you. You know, this computer could last another year. I don't know. Just have to wait and see. If suddenly you don't see me for, you know, a couple of weeks, longer than that, you know that computer's gone down and I won't be on YouTube. Yeah, I can't even get on Hangouts with the other laptop, to be honest with you. So, you know, I might be able to post comments and whatnot on a laptop if this goes down. But hopefully it'll stay up and working for another 6 months or a year until I can afford a new one. So this weekend we'll probably do a DVR, CCTV. The computer's running quite good okay at the moment. Like, I tried installing a couple of programs, but it kept kind of like playing up, so I had to like reset it to standard Windows 8.1. Some of the software I tried to install won't work, but I've now got it working. It used to take up to 3 minutes to load up, you know, from as soon as you turn the computer on, 3 minutes. Now, because it's a fresh install, about a minute 30 seconds, if that. So it is faster, it's working better. Had a few issues, hiccups with the software, but as I say, I'm getting past that bit by bit. Done a little bit of online gaming over the last couple of nights because I just didn't feel like doing any paranormal streams. But tonight I thought, hey, so I keep playing DayZ and getting peed off by keep getting shot on a really buggy server. Let's do a ghost box session. So here we go, guys. We're going to use the new ghost box. This is the Phasma box Optimum. Now, hopefully you'll see that come up. Crap. I've got two monitors on here. Big screen TV. And I don't think you're going to see it. Let's see where my mobile is so I can see what's happening on the mobile. I might have to do some tinkering around here. Go to YouTube on the phone. Go to YouTube on the phone. No, it hasn't picked up, so it's gone on to the other screen. So give me a minute. Stop that. No, it hasn't picked up, so it's gone on to the other screen. Turn the volume down on the phone. Screen resolution. Okay. Key's going to the other screen for some reason. And it's still doing it, I think. If I can get that little white box up on the screen share, I know it's working, but it's not doing it. And the best way to do it, I think, is unplug it from the TV. Let me just unplug the computer from the TV. I think it's that one. I can always plug it back in later. All right. Let's see if that's working. I might have unplugged the wrong one. something later. Right, okay. We'll have to do it without the camera on the thingy. Right, so not sure how you work this one. Don't know what that is. That's squelch. How do you turn a damn thing on? Let's try one more time, screen sharing. Hello, spirits. Working? It's not working. Why ain't it working? So it's got. Oh, it's working now. Look at that. It's right. It's working. Thank you, spirits, for making it work. Who are we going to talk to next week? Can you give me the first name? This is supposed to actually bring some kind of like screen thing up. Actually, now it's working. I might be able to put it on full screen. Save changes. I might have to turn it off and back on again. It was working. Next. No, it's not screen sharing. Don't know what's going on. Oh, it was screen sharing. Fucking hell. Well, I think there's a 30-second delay. Just, I'm going to leave it as is to see what happens. Spirits, what is going on with my computer tonight? Are you mucking around? What have you been doing since I've been away for the last couple of days? Or a couple of weeks, I'd just say. What have you been doing since I've been away for the last couple of days? Have you missed me doing streams? So if you have, I apologise, but I ain't been too well. All in time. Well, you kind of got. Are you coming back in time? Turn that bit up. Now, I'm not sure what this actually does. So I can't make it go any larger. That right. I might be able to make it larger. Let's see what happens if it goes larger. No, I've got to exit and then turn it back on again. I ain't going to do that. Screw that. Sorry, spirits. I'm just trying to sort this out. First time I've been using it. So what have you been up to since I've not been doing nothing apart from around this horrible flu? You been doing anything of interest? Well, just a cold breeze around my neck then. Can you guys hear that all right? What is these things you're doing in the screen up here? It looks like a D. Are you trying to spell a word out? Ian? Well, I meant to turn the volume up on the Ghost Box. What does the D mean for? Yeah, like Chima said, there you make out, Aaron. It's all right. Your EEG. Did it come out okay? Can you change that D to something else on that screen, please? What's Aaron's results on his EEG? Were they good or bad? Oh, that's weird. Didn't expect to hear weird noises like that. Come on, spirits, come and tell us what you've been up to. I don't know what all these do. Did you say good? God is good. Sound like him, I'm not sure. I'm not really hearing much on this one, actually. Kind of disappointed. Mind you, it's the first time. I've not installed my other applications much. Oh, look, there's a face there of a kid. Look at that face. I don't know, I want to screenshot that. Who's the face of that little child? Did the child die in the house? There's a house now. Are you trying to tell me if that's Lester? Dexter. He was a boy. That looked like a boy. Can you change the picture over for me? Do another person. That looked like a baby kind of picture. Oh, what are you talking about, spirits? I'm not hearing what you're saying, but other people are. What are you talking about? What's your conversation? Something about death related or something? Just turn the microphone around. That sounds like a sci-fi bloody movie kind of thing. Is that where the child died in a house? How did he die? Come and talk to us. Come on. What's that one? That one looks a weird one. Big screen. Yeah, what's your question? Ow! Whoa! What the hell's happened there? That's on the Ghost Box, guys, not on me. Why do you make that weird noise? That feedback? That's very wicked. I'm trying to find my picture files. I disagree. That's Roxanne. That's my niece. Why can't I open with? That looks evil. What's that weird picture? What does that mean? Broken. What's broken? Yeah, my computer got broken. Are you talking about that? Wine? Do you like wine? That's a animal picture. Looks like a horse. Did you have a horse? Or do you like horses? Trying to download Microsoft Paint. Can you stop making those noises, please? They're very noisy. Why didn't you let me download Microsoft Paint? It's not letting me download fucking Microsoft Paint.
Threat has been detected.
Won't let me download fucking Microsoft Paint. I'm not fucking dying. Too early for me to die.
Household Saxon.
What's that? No, two animals there. Looks like rabbits. Looks like a child with a rabbit or something. Come and tell us about your animals. How many animals did you have? I don't know, I couldn't find it just now. Yeah, I opened up a different paint program. I just re-downloaded it, and I've got a shortcut now anyway. Paint. What I'm doing is downloading it. I'm saving, the pictures. Yeah, I'm saving the pictures. Please stop doing those feedbacks. It's giving me a headache. Competition time? What are you on about? I ain't doing no competitions. Costs too much money to do competitions. That it's not in there, it's just me doing the pictures, copying them and saving them again, copying them, and then re-saving them. Go and change the picture. Change the picture again for me, please. Stop doing that horrible music. I wonder if that's it there. Turn that all the way down. Right, sorry for the little mess around earlier with the screen sharing. If you like the string, thumbs it up. If you don't, then thumbs it down. I'll give it down. That looks like a forest. Armageddon? What are you on about? Is there going to be an Armageddon soon? So what kind of Armageddon? I'm going to try doing ghost boxing it, guys. Why not play for a while? Actually, I'm going to do that now, so thank you for coming through. Well, let's just writing. I was actually thinking about start writing. Why has it suddenly gone quiet? What's happened there? Sound suddenly just gone off. Why has it suddenly gone quiet? Sound suddenly just gone down on it. That's weird. Just about something coding it down, thank you, and the sound's gone off. That's probably why. Oh, I know why. Okay. All right, let's just quickly this picture. Crop, file, save as. Right, so I'm going to stop this one and put a different one on. I've not got many installed because I haven't had time to do it. But there is one I'm going to play, which I've not played for quite a long net. Hello, Fox. So, go back screen share. Right, I think it's screen sharing. I hope. Let's see. Wait a second. It's giving me a 10-day, but I have actually got the full version. I've just got to find the serial key. Hello? Hello, hello? Anyone around? Where is this? Where is what? You're here in my home. You like being here? Well, what we'll do, we'll probably run this 10 minutes, then we'll do one quick physical ghost box, Ghost Box 2, and then do that for about 10-15 minutes, and then the stream. So I've got a physical ghost box that we're going to run soon. So my Maltesers. Happy birthday, Mary. Right, I'm going to do a quick few shout outs. No, I don't know exactly who it is except to refresh my screen, but hi to LJM, Aaron, Hyde, Stephanie, Leslie, Baker. Thank you for your £10 donation. I've got the computer working. If you require your donation back, let me know, and I'll forward it back to you. Bloody Mary, Charmy. Who else is it? Aaron, Charmy. Manchester pushing young people into the canals. The pusher. Yeah, I know drunks can fall in canals. Leslie. LJM, Bloody Mary. Oh, here comes Squeaky Voice. Knew they'd be back. Hello, Squeaky. What are you up to? Hi, KCC. Crimson Angel. Elijah. Hello to Elijah. Joe D. Not hearing much on this one tonight. Is anyone here? Well, you can do the super chat. It don't really matter, but super chat don't come through for a month. Comes through every 15th day of each month. I've only got £30 on that. The minimum you can take out is 60. All right, thank you, Leslie. See, people can't say I didn't offer money back then, can they? I'm going to try to get my spirits to get me tuned in to certain people again soon. Get that ability back up and running. Well, I can try to focus in on people on live stream. They just said Aaron. He went, Aaron. A lot of real noise has come through today. Okay, thank you very much, Spirits. Going to win that one. That's a bit too noisy. All that noise in the background. What we're going to do now is use the physical ghost box, Ghost Box 2. With 2 ghost boxes sent me through. So I'm going to use this one for a little while, probably about 10 minutes, and end the stream. Going FM, forward scan. Hello. Anyone around? Come say hello. I don't think I've got what's my name installed.
A little bit. Yeah.
We'll do that after this. We'll do a full screen after this ghost box.
Go. Four.
I can't remember if I've got the shooting. I just heard that say real good. See you on TV. No one like doing more TV. Should have bought it, like just suck on them, let them melt them down. You like more TV spirits? We like one. We played this here, have them all TV sudden never take up the screen like that. We'll do this for 10 minutes, then we'll do this for 10 minutes. Then I'm going to go. Anyone around who wants to say hello?
Almost. And click. I think
And yeah, someone had an idea about me cutting my hair live on stream. Like looking like sponsoring a haircut, but getting a nasty comments on it once as well, so I'm going to cut my hair probably sometime in the week, but it won't be live. It's back off again, doing me a ball, taking this white beard off, getting old. I've got to put a registration on my Q3. I'm having to trial at the moment.
It's another minute. Hello.
Say hello, Steve. Leave it. What? Someone been chasing that cat van last couple nights, making her tip her food bowl over and knocking all her food and water everywhere. So I asked her to stop it.
My you wait. Please.
I just heard that say loads. You say loads tonight, you say loads.
Nah. Shimmer.
You like to scan downwards 5 minutes. Right, let's scan down now.
There was like it.
Tell me a spirit name that is in here. Tell me one of the high spirit names.
Like the weather. Like tube. And then
How many more tips have I got left in that box?
on. Like
There's 4 left. Three now. Food, yeah, I'm eating food.
What?
It was supposed to be the coldest day yesterday, was it? I know I went out from that sauce. Come home like a nice well. Ice cream. Oh, that's cold, wasn't it?
No.
Last one.
Morning.
Morning. How you doing?
Over.
Okay, thank you. We're going to do the Q3 Ghost Box for 10, maybe 15 minutes, then we'll end it. Getting a bit tired. Right, so Q3. Now, how did I screenshot last time? Baldness. I will be baldness after I've done my hair. Oh, blackness, sorry, that said blackness. Can't remember who you use it actually. Right, we've got blackness, darkness, basement, Abizo, and Janet. Is there a Janet here? What the ghost box working in? That's the radar. Oh, follow me. Hello? Sick. Others sick. A-D-O-N Reggie or something. Demon. Did you hear that? It went demon. I don't know fucking demons here. Patience by demons just. I demand any demons to bugger off and not be around here. Actually, I've got no crosses or anything to. Got no crucifix or anything to put on tonight. Can't remember what I've done with them. Is there anything dark here? Any dark entities? If so, why are you such negative entities? What made you negative? Well, shit, this is all tangled up. Look at, oh, you can't see how tangled. It's tangled though. Tell me, why are dark entities dark? Why are they evil? I can't untangle it. It's all tangled up, man. Right, that's one done. Are you of a dark force? Yes or no? What? Say again? Didn't hear you. Can you talk a bit quieter? Slower? Dumbass. You know I'm not afraid of you. Were you attic light, bathing, Gabrielle, darkness window, the bottle of stuff, the method, what that is. Devil forever, that means. Walking into the doors. What door are you walking into? Come and walk in here. Come and say hello. Just don't scare the shit out of me, that's all. I feel like someone's behind that door, actually. I keep getting that weird feeling someone's standing there. I'm not seeing anything out in the hallway. Apart from a bit of a shadow, but that could be anything. Could be a shadow reflecting from the light onto the cat table thing. By the window, what? The name of another. The name of another what? Midnight Power, Shack, Breathless, Dave, Kitchen. Was you talking about the kitchen door? So I went looking at the kitchen door. You can't even see the kitchen door from here. Well, you can, but. Do I have any demons or demonic spirits here? If so, why haven't they done nothing to try and scare me? Yo, Steve-O, I'll try to find that picture I've done of you sometime. I'll put it away somewhere because I had to fix my PC to bust it up. When I find it, I'll let you know. I forgot what I've done with it at the moment. Once upon a midnight, yeah. You going to tell us a horror story? Tell us a horror story. Once. Go on, tell us a horror story. Once upon a midnight, what? I feel dizzy now. Oh. If there's any spirits affecting me, I demand you to leave my physical body alone. You're not allowed to touch me or harm me. Stop making me feel dizzy. Oh. Dizziness. Right back to sleep because I had a good night's sleep. How many child spirits do I have in here, if any? Give me a number. Put it in the text. What does that say? Dan on the ball. Dan on the ball? What does that mean? Dan on the ball. Spectra.
We wanted to share it with you guys.
What are you worrying for? That ain't gonna scare me. Your evil demonic laugh. Need to do better than that. If you want to scare me, say, Steve, I'm gonna kill you, or something like that. Then that'll scare me. You won't do that though. Because I know you like to feed off fear. All you negative spirits are dumbasses. You don't do anything really. And I think all these. I'm going to do a little conversation after this actually regarding some of the so-called real paranormal stuff out there.
Keep working on and make.
I think some of this must be out of, like Edgar Howing's books and stuff like that, you know, and the Rave and whatnot, all programmed in, but snippets. So it's very, very rare that you get something like come through a ghost box, which is compelling, you know, really amazing. No, I just don't understand why this is bringing out so many demon names. Is it here to try to scare me? Apparently I've got two spirits here. Where's these spirits? One's supposed to be over there, near the wardrobe. The other one's supposed to be in the corner of the wall. Fuck me, what? What did you say? Said fuck me, something. Right, I'm going to stop this ghost box in 10 minutes and then probably do a little quick conversation about something. And then probably end this by 1:30 at least. Or before. So I'm getting bloody tired.
The Earl himself, most.
Whoa. Wow, is that supposed to be scary? No, I'm trembling in my boots. Well, actually, I'm trembling in my slippers. Yeah, I wear slippers because I'm an old git. I'm a fat old cunt, I'm be told. So what? Am I a fat old cunt, spirits? Do you think I'm a fat old cunt? Yes or no? Come on, tell me if I'm a fat old cunt. Say yes or no. I don't give a shit. I'm who I am. I am who I am. Better than being a skinny old cunt, I suppose. I'm not even fat, really. I've lost quite a bit of weight, I've been told. I'm medium now, roughly. So really, I'm a medium-sized old cunt. Was that? Was that? My eyes are getting sore. Keep rubbing my eyes.
Like any other impressed. Yeah, and so.
Sounds like they're having a conversation between themselves as usual. What's that bit about unholy? Who's unholy?
Online to tell the streams that.
That's really went really quiet and started up again. God, my eyes are really getting sore. The worst man and something about Margaret. What are you on about?
The one for and that is. Foreign got also.
Oh, I got new fingerprint technology out in the UK. You don't use the, you know, the ink they used to. It's like a finger scan. I'm just watching a police program on TV.
Almost like. I passed by this one. Like wax of the presence of. Was the passerby ever?
Said darkness quite a few times on there.
Why Lucifer?
Why Lucifer or what? Well, I'm going to take my cup out and wash it up, go to the bathroom. Then I will turn the ghost box off and have a little conversation.
And doing everything we were thinking of. Of the stars. Day from tonight. I don't know either. It's here. Java is financial advisor to the law. Always associated with sex. I'll just let him start. Events of the morning. Cover the entire topic.
Right, okay, so thank you very much. I'm going to turn this off. We'll just have a little chat. I've got to disconnect this. I've got to exit. I've got to get the serial codes for that and the other ghost box to make it full version. Right, so now look, my bloody webcam's not working again. That's what I hate about this. Well, I'm just going to refresh the screen. Right, okay. So that's it for the ghost boxing for now. I'll probably do something Friday or Saturday. I'm still not 100% anyway. I still got a touch of a flu still. You know, the old cough, cough, cough. It's not as bad as it was before though. Okay, I've been watching a couple of episodes tonight on TV. A Haunting. Now it's a popular American TV show. It's not really regarding that, but I'm thinking like, you know, it's some of this paranormal stuff that us humans get is really real. You know, like, you know, I can't say for sure what is going on in those is like 100%, you know. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm damn well sure it is, but I think that, you know, we tend to think we're getting paranormal stuff sometimes, guys. You know, when you go through a sad loss or some kind of like incident happens in your life and you go through that deep depression, stress, anxiety, you're actually creating your own kind of like spiritual energy, you know, and sometimes it can lead up to poltergeist stuff, yeah, as you know. Now, I've never really kind of like, when I was younger, believed in the paranormal. I did believe in like some kind of weird stuff, like when I used to go to secondary school in Wilmington in Kent, where Aaron knows Wilmington is, because we done a cemetery down a couple of times, and he had a kind of like spirit following him home, making meal, and I told him what to do. The next day he was better. But this is like years and years ago when I was in secondary school. There used to be, and there still is, a lane called Tarkill Lane, and it's in Jordanswood, where my sister lives. And I always have to like walk up that hill. Well, not a hill, it's like a lane. It's not a hill, it's a lane. You know, during the daytime it's you know, it's okay, you know, nothing wrong with it. But when it used to get like dark, like it is now, you know, like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I was petrified to walk up that fucking lane, I'll tell you, man. Unless I was walking up there with someone else, or, you know, if I jumped on a bus and got down there and someone was, you know, getting off the same bus and walking up there, I'd like walk behind them. But there's been like, there was a few times when I was like walking up there on my own. And, you know, your figure imagination, you know, your mind plays tricks. And many times I've walked up there in the dark and I always thought like I could hear weird noises, you know, not so much like the snaps of the trees or the snaps of a branch or the birds flying around. You know, it felt like someone was watching you or following you, or like, you know, going to jump out and attack you or something, that kind of weird stuff. So, you know, your imagination does play tricks, I guarantee you that, yeah. And then there's the time I told you about the story about me and my sister sitting in the living room watching TV one day, horror film. A guy was stalking this woman, and he was like walking around outside, and he tapped on the window. And as it happened, we actually got a tap on the window. And like, you know, it can't really be something that we both thought we heard. Well, you know, we heard it. You know, we didn't think we heard it. We heard it, okay. And then, like, you know, during a bit later when the movie was on, somehow the man who was in this movie who was stalking this woman got into the house, and he got into this like closet thing, and he knocked something down and made a big bang, and it startled the woman. And as it happened, something in our cupboard behind the TV actually fell and made a big bang as well. And that wasn't imagination. Yeah, something kind of like weird was going on now. But could it just be something that, you know, we're sending out that kind of energy to make that happen? I don't know. It's kind of weird, yeah. But we heard it. We both heard it. You know, there was even a time when I had to get up and get a carving knife and walk around the house to make sure no one had got in. I even had to go out the garden and make sure no one was out in the garden, you know, with a carving knife. And it's just me and my sister, Sandra. I don't know if she'll ever remember it, but I always remember that one. But that wasn't the imagination. You know, we both heard the same thing here. But there's been many times, you know, I've been sitting at home on my own when I was married, or, you know, in my younger days where, you know, you just hear something and you think, what was that? You know, you hear like that tap, that knock, that kind of like creak, and you're thinking, oh my God, you know, what was that? Is my house haunted? You know, your mind plays funny things with you, weird things, you know. And I'm just wondering if like half this activity that people are getting is even real. You know, is it their infigurement of their imagination, you know, that's making them hear and see things, you know? Because, you know, the mind is a funny thing, you know. You know, I see like a lot of shadows moving around, and I'm thinking, well, is that a real shadow, or am I actually projecting that from my thoughts, you know? Am I wanting to see that? And you know, am I actually projecting it myself, or is it real? You know, because I can't really prove it's real unless it's caught on camera on my DVR, and I can say like this was a real shadow person. You know, even with video technology nowadays, you might pick up something on camera, but it can't be proven being paranormal. You know, even if you've got a picture of something look like a shadow person, unless, you know, it's a video footage of a solid object of a shadow person walking, then yeah, that's fucking evidence, I suppose. But if it's only like one photo of a shadow person, that can't really be put down as real paranormal unless, you know, it's in several pictures, frame by frame kind of thing. Because one picture can actually put that down as like a reflection of something, you know. Like someone could be standing at a certain position, and the light is like created that particular reflection that's made that shadow. It could be something going past your house, like a car or a motorbike or something, that's casting a shadow and makes it look like a shadow person. You know, without, you know, real proof that, you know, it was something there, I kind of like doubt it sometimes. Now, you've seen some weird shit happening here. Now, that's real. That's 100% real. But when I'm seeing like shadows moving around, you know, is that just my imagination, or is it really a spirit chasing someone else around, or is it just a spirit, you know, like dying from one side of the room to the other side of the room, trying to make me scared? It doesn't make me scared. You know, sometimes it might startle me, but it doesn't really scare me. But going back to these, like, you know, TV shows like My Haunted Home, A Haunting, My Scary Story, and that kind of stuff, yeah, how much is that really real? You know, do people just make these stories up to try to get famous, you know, get on TV? Are they really telling the truth? Or is it really happening? And how much is it really happening? You know, there might just be something in there that is like, you know, they might see a shadow and that's it, you know, kind of thing. You know, and if they hear a noise, you know, they think it's like a ghost or a spirit or something demonic making that noise, you know. It could be someone outside. It could be, you know, your neighbour. It could be your kids mucking around upstairs, which you think is sleeping. You know, I know there's a lot of stuff out there, you know, like, which is crazy real, you know, crazy real. But, you know, with the people that, like me and like Rose and I suppose Chris and a few other people, yeah, no, we've had the experience, yeah. We've dealt with stuff like that. But for those people who've been living, which they think is like the house from hell, how really is it a house of hell? You know, if they got that real paranormal evidence, you know, because I could be sitting here, I might not be doing this kind of like live stream or anything, you know, I might have not been into the paranormal, and like I could be sitting here hearing that little squeak or that little tap, or you know, because your house kind of like settles down at night time, you know, the temperature kind of like raises and lowers, don't it? So it does make your house creak. And you know, I could think, you know, oh, what's that creak? You know, I heard a creak, my house is haunted. I saw a shadow, my house is haunted. You know, and I could be telling everyone, you know, that my house is haunted, and it ain't haunted. You know, unless you've got that evidence. Right, you know, if you're waking up with scratches, which I've had, bruises, you know, like bed vibrating. I've even had the bed shaken 3 times violently when I was in temp accommodation, and it was like, you know, they told me it was David, my mate David, because that's what he used to do when he was alive, come around my house and shake my bed violently to wake me up. Yeah, now I could put it as him, but what if it wasn't him? You know, was that my imagination making me think my bed shook? Was I having a nightmare? No, because those kind of things, like when you're having a weird dream or nightmare and you kind of like come out of it in a panic, some people put that down as like a spiritual attack when it isn't, you know? So, you know, what I'm trying to say, that some of this paranormal stuff could be real, or it could be your imagination, you know, your brain playing tricks on you, your house just like settling down or warming up, or, you know, it could be one of your pet animals running around and you're thinking it's a spirit, or it could be like a neighbour banging next door, you know, kind of thing, and you think it's someone upstairs when it isn't. Or maybe it is upstairs, but your neighbour. But if you're in a home and you got like, say like your next door neighbour is like 2,000 meters away, or 2,000 yards away, yeah, you ain't gonna hear them knocking on the wall, are you? Unless someone's came out and started banging on your wall from outside, then maybe like that might scare the shit out of you. But I think, as I say, a lot of this needs to be proven before they can actually turn around and say, yeah, my house is haunted. And I know a lot of people said, look, you know, there's stories where people have had all this activity and they said, well, look, you know, if I said anything, people going to make me look crazy. Well, how do you know you're not crazy anyway? How do you know it's even real? You know, so like, you know, what's real and what isn't real? It's some of the people out there, you know, making some of this so-called paranormal stuff up just to get on TV, or is it really happening? You know, I watched 2 today, a haunting, and you know, they had some weird shit happening. You know, they said that they see these like spirit people. They had to get paranormal investigators groups come around. It's affecting husband and wife, you know, kind of thing. You know, they was getting a lot of activity going on at the time, and a guy came round, said that, yeah, you got a female spirit here, you know, trying to keep the house to a state where, you know, there's not a lot of negativity about, but because they had someone else come in and do an exorcism, it removed that female one, and a negative one came through and started giving shit. And they had to leave their house because they got so concerned and worried about their life. You know, even the guy who knew a lot about the house, who had already been manned and explained to them what was going on, he said that, you know, he was glad that they did go. They moved to another location, but they still keep the house, you know, because they want to go back because it's supposed to be their dream house. And, you know, you see this woman sitting there on the computer typing away, and all of a sudden behind her the TV screen pops on, and like you see this hand coming out. She turns around quickly to see what it was, and the TV suddenly gone off. So did that spirit, but that evil woman, follow her home to this new location? Maybe it's just imagination. Maybe like someone's got the same remote control as her, you know, next door neighbor, and it operates on the same digital, you know, frequency that turned the TV on and off at the same time. You know, it don't mean Scott really. You know, I've had my TV turn on, and it's like the control is on the bed, and I'm sitting here, you know, doing a stream, and suddenly the TV pops on. That don't mean it's, you know, it's a spirit. There could have been a fault with the TV. You know, you know, if the TV's going on and off, and you're seeing shit coming through the screen, then yeah, then that's probably is paranormal kind of stuff, you know. And it's going to prove it more if you've got some kind of like video evidence of it as well. Now, you know, as you know, I've got 8 cameras, so if I see anything weird, I've got the video evidence. But people will turn around and say, well, like, you know, I don't believe that because you could have like created that video yourself. Yeah, like fuck, you know, I wouldn't know how to like put a ghostly like apparition on live stream video, and I wouldn't anyway. I don't fake none of my shit. And I'm not saying like a lot of these people that believe their house is haunted are fakers. What I'm saying is that I think that they may think their home is haunted when it could just be some kind of like what's that word I'm trying to think? There could be, what is that fucking word? Explanation of what's going on. You know, if a light flashes on and off, that could just be electrical fault. If your TV suddenly starts turning on by itself, that could be a neighbour with the same kind of TV, with the same kind of remote control on the same frequency. What happens if, like, you see the shadows floating around? You know, how can you debunk that? Well, depends on if you've got any lights on or something, you know. If you've got a light on and you see something go past your door, then, like, you know, that could be explained by someone in your house walking past, casting a shadow. Or it could be your own movement, you know. But if it's just you in your home and you've seen like something walking down a hallway and you can't explain what it is because you're sitting there watching it and you're not moving, then yeah, that could possibly be some kind of like spirit. And if he's walking away from you, it can't be really negative because he's trying to keep away from you, so he's not really scaring you. Now, whether it being a he or she. Now, if it's like, you know, running towards you, then yeah, that's something like dark, negative, you know. He wants you, he wants to scare the fuck out of you. And don't forget, fear gives them that energy to manifest themselves and give them that more power to create, you know, those noises that you're hearing, if it is a spirit, you know. But I don't think, to be honest with you, a lot of these so-called people who think their houses are haunted isn't haunted. Unless they got the proof, the evidence to show that it's haunted, then I wouldn't really believe it. You know, it's like if my neighbour come up downstairs and said, oh, I think my house is haunted because I'm seeing shadows. Well, I'm going to ask you what kind of shadows and where they're coming from. And are they regular? Do they appear at a certain time every night? Or is it random? And if they say, well, it's at night time, then I'm going to go up there. I'll ask if I can go up there and see what she's seen. Because a shadow can be cast by anything. Could be cast by like a car going past, causing a shadow. It could be someone else in the house causing a shadow. Or it could be spiritual. And if it's just like me and her sitting there, or me and him sitting there, or a group of us are sitting there, and they say, like, you know, a shadow goes across that room every night at like 2 o'clock in the morning or something, yeah, and you're sitting there patiently, and it happens, and you see it yourself, then yeah, maybe there is something there. But if it doesn't appear, you know, if you go there the first time it doesn't appear, so you go up there a second time, it don't appear, third time it don't appear, then I'm going to turn around and say, well, I think there ain't nothing here, you know. What you're saying, you know, it could be your imagination. And they say, well, where comes like both of us are seeing it? Well, I'm not going to turn around and say, well, like, you know, you're talking bullshit. There could be something here, but I think it could be more your imagination. But, you know, to be honest with you, unless I see it, I can't really say if there is anything there or not. Or like, you know, if you've got the abilities, you know, you might be able to feel something up there. You might be able to sense them. You know, you might get something come through, you know, through your mind's eye, like some kind of like spirit trying to communicate with you, consciously or unconsciously. You know, I just find it hard to believe that, you know, so many people reckon that their homes are haunted when it could just be a simple explanation. No, if I was sitting here with my stream on one night and I didn't snore and I had my cat in here, yeah, the cat could cast a shadow, right? You may think that's a spirit. You could probably hear her licking like she's doing that, you know, and you'll be wondering what that noise is. You know, you get that weird feeling as well as someone sitting there behind you. That could be like subconscious mind. You know, it could be your mind playing tricks. You know, I do have the ability to sense spirits, and you know, I'm not really sensing too much at the moment. I've been too quiet because they've left me alone. Every time I go to bed, I say, right, spirits, good night, love you all, you know, keep me safe, you know, no noise, I'm trying to get some sleep, you know, I'm trying to get myself better so I can get back to the paranormal. Just leave me alone. Keep the noise down, let me rest up. When I feel better, I'll get back to you. And if they're good and willing to come back and communicate with me when I'm better, great, you know, we get back to it. If not, then it's my old chuff. No, I can't. So just touch my head. See, I felt like something touched my head then. And I know Tina, my spirit Tina, usually goes like that. But it just looked like a little tap on the head then. Now, is that real? You know, I can't prove that was a spirit. That could just be my brain making me think I've got a touch on the head. Doesn't mean it's a spirit. That's the cat. So you hear those little weird noises and you think, what's that? And if it does it again, the same noise, and you turn around and you see it's the cat. It's the cat. No, I'm not going to sit here saying I just heard the noise and it ain't the cat. I know when it's the cat or not, you know, because she's normally in here when I'm doing streams. So if I hear something in the kitchen or in the hallway, which I have heard, I know it ain't the cat because she's usually behind me on the chair, sleeping most of the time during the night time. What's that? No, that's the envelope. I wonder what that was then. See, I'm wondering what that was. I turned around and touched this, the envelope. It could be their head popping out for I know. You know, in like, you know, people when they think they see things in the mirror. Okay, mirrors can be a portal, You know, it can attract spirits. You know, people reckon they've seen faces in the mirrors. You know, it depends on how clean your mirror is. You know, you could be standing there having a wash, you know, shave, brushing your teeth, and your mirror could be dirty. You get someone open a room with a light, and like, you know, it might gleam on the mirror, and you know, it might make it look like a face appeared. That doesn't mean nothing. Unless the face is there, you know, constantly for about 2 to 5 seconds peering at you, then yeah, you know, you've got something to worry about. You know, mirrors can be fascinating things for spirit worlds. You know, how many photos have I got of spirit people being in my mirrors? You know, even Victorian people. You know, how am I getting those? I don't know. I really do not know. I'm not reading chat, by the way, so I just don't know how I'm getting pictures in the mirror. And they usually say like pictures can be something that traps energy, and you're seeing like images of people who were once alive through some kind of like recording, a bit like, you know, limestone. If you've got your house on a limestone and it's built on like a cemetery or a burial ground, or someone died on that land before the house was built, and it's got limestone, it's going to hold some kind of recording. It's like, you know, Gettysburg, that's got a shitload of limestone around there. And like people say, well, they've seen ghosts of like Confederate soldiers. Now, is it real ghosts of Confederate soldiers, or is it just like a playback? You know, people said that they've seen things in caves. You know, they've gone like doing paranormal streams in caves, and they've seen like shadows and like apparitions. Are they real, or is it just like a kind of video playback because the cave is like limestone or something? You know, even the playback, you know, could be fucking scary to some people. Now, anything that you see with a spirit, you know, half or full featured, is fucking scary. Even the shadow's scary. And I've seen a lot of shadows floating around here, but how many of those are real, or how many of those is my imagination? You know, I could be laying here thinking, oh, I'm going to see a shadow in a minute, and suddenly a shadow goes past. I could be subconsciously thinking that and making that manifest myself out of my own brain, and it might not be a shadow at all. Might not be a shadow person at all, a spirit person. I'll probably just kind of like subconsciously made it appear. And that tapping's my foot. I'm tapping my foot on the table next to me. People will probably say, "Can you hear that tapping, Steve?" Yeah, it's me tapping my foot. I'm being honest with you. I don't need to fake shit. Well, I've been called a faker God knows how many times. Did it worry me? No, not really, because I know what happens here is real. But how do I know with all these people out there who thinks that they got paranormal activity in their house is real or not? You know, you ain't going to get an investigator going around to every single person's house, because you don't know what house could be possibly haunted. You know, people have been quiet because they feel like if they say anything, they're going to look crazy. And they're the people, I think, who have got real paranormal activity. Because why would they keep quiet for a long, long time and not say nothing? No, I've been told many stories where people said, well, like when I was over Mitcham Common doing some fishing, I was speaking to this guy. I was talking to a guy, right, about the paranormal. And he goes, oh, yeah, I've got a ghostly picture. He goes, my two mates who I was with were standing there talking. And suddenly I took my phone out and took a picture. And when I looked at it, was all amazed, like there's 2 Roman soldiers behind him, or behind them. And I got it on my phone. I said, really? He goes, yeah. I said, well, can I see it? Yeah, sure. And like, he's going through his pictures. Oh, I can't find it. I must have deleted it. Oh, shit. I might have deleted it accidentally. Now, if you've got that real proof, you wouldn't fucking delete that. No way. So, like, you know, he was probably bullshitting, you know, just to make him feel like, yeah, you know, he believes in it, and, you know, he's called something amazing. Like, if you caught that picture, you'd be fucking like, you know, keeping it on your phone, and you'd be backing up on your computer or something, you know, for real evidence. Now, you know, sometimes spirits can manipulate electrical stuff, you know. They could probably, you might pick up a picture of a spirit person, and that spirit might be able to somehow manipulate your mobile phone and delete that picture. It's a possibility. There's been stories of like people receiving phone calls from the dead through the mobile phone and a normal telephone landline. You know, the phone numbers rang, and it's a spirit, you know, it's a person who you may have once known who's dead, and you know it is the person by the tone of the voice. You know, you remember the voice, and you're hearing their voice coming through the telephone when it should be. So I know spirits can manipulate, you know, electrical devices, especially like ghost boxes and EVP recorders. You know, people say, well, like, you know, oh, that EVP is fake. Well, how can it be fake if we're doing a live EVP, right, on stream, and you can see where the actual recorder is, right? This is what I don't get. You do an EVP recorder, you ask a question, and sometimes, not all the time, you might get an EVP response, right? And you may hear it, you know, you might get a disembodied voice you might hear, which we've had here before, or you might not hear nothing, yeah? But when you stop and play it back, you hear a voice come through. Oh, he faked it, you know, he said it himself. How can you say that when, you know, you can see where the recorder is, you've seen that person speak the question, you can see the person being quiet, there's no one else in the home, you know, and, you know, you can tell it's either a male or female voice, you know, it's very quiet, or it could be fucking loud, you know, and, you know, you get the response to a question. But some people have put that down as someone like, oh, someone's in the hallway, you know, and like, you know, you can't tell if someone's in the next room, you know, you're asking a question and someone might be giving that answer back to you, making it sound like a spirit. Well, for anyone to do that, to fake it, shouldn't be in the paranormal. But you know that I'm the only one who lives here. I've got no one in this house. You know, you're seeing on my DVRs practically 24/7 sometimes, you know. And you can see that I'm on my own. And we've had EVPs. No, so unless you, like, you know, someone thinks their house is haunted and they can get a response, then that's some way in positive outcome in one way that there is something there. You know, the first EVP I got was my dad. You know, I've told this many times, you know, before my dad died in hospital with dementia and Alzheimer's disease, I said, if you want to come back and like try to communicate with me, do so. And it's probably about 3 months after he's died, I'm in the kitchen making coffee around about 9 o'clock at night, and my jumper gets tugged at the back twice. It goes yank, yank, and I thought my kids will turn around. No one there. I went, who's that? I thought I might have ran in the bathroom, but there wasn't no one there, and there wasn't no one in the kitchen. And I'm thinking, like, well, if that's them, I would have heard them run. But I could have, like, suddenly accidentally tugged myself somehow. But this went on for a week. Every night, around about 9 o'clock when I went to make coffee, my jumper was tugged twice. And I kept wondering what the hell was going on. It even happened when I was in the home on my own. I think I might have been going crazy or something, you know, because, you know, when you lose a loved one, you go for that depression, that stress, anxiety, you know. And maybe I was like just making myself think that I'm being tugged. It's only until like I told my sister, she goes, oh, you know, you're going crazy, you know, like no ghosts. And I thought, right, okay, fair enough, you know, maybe I'm going crazy. And I was watching one of the ghost hunting shows, and it told you how to do an EVP. And the only device I had was my mobile phone, which had an audio recording device on. So I went in the kitchen again, around about 9 o'clock. I was making coffee. I made my coffee. I didn't feel the tug at the time, so I thought, but I put the recording on. I said, if anyone's here, you know, you want to say anything, give me a message. You know, you got 15, 20 seconds. I left it running for about 15, 20 seconds. Complete quiet. I stopped it. I went in the living room. I played it back. And after I heard, you know, asked the question, I admit it was my dad's voice coming through. The EVP said, "Stephen, love you, son," in his voice. And I rang my sister up and I said, "I've got something I want to tell you." She goes, "Oh, don't tell me you've seen a ghost." I said, "No, but listen to this." And I played it to her. And she goes, "Yeah, that's Dad's voice, isn't it?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Play it again." And she had to be sure. And I played it 3 times. We broke down crying. Goes to my dad's voice. So, you know, that's my first pure bit of evidence. An EVP. Now, if people think that their house is haunted, then they should, like, try to gather some kind of evidence to prove it is haunted. Because, you know, some people will probably say, well, you're doing that, you know, you could make it worse. Well, maybe you can, maybe you can't. But if you do it, at least you know that it really is haunted by, you know, if you're getting some kind of video of evidence or an EVP. Because if you keep seeing these weird faces pointing at you, all these shadows or these sounds, and not recording it, don't really mean shit, really. Because it could be you're making you think you're hearing it. Now, how do we know that even the EVPs that we get, we're not somehow telepathically sending a fault pattern to the mobile phone and we're giving the phone an EVP? I'm not saying that we are, but there's a possibility. You know, the mind plays tricks, and the mind's only been by professors and doctors has only been examined a fraction. There's still a lot in there which they can't tell what does what, you know. So are we really seeing and hearing this paranormal activity, or, you know, are we kind of just like imagining some of the shit? I don't know. No, I've seen, I've heard, I've felt, I've been attacked. You know, I've had scratches. I showed you scratches. I showed you the evidence that I get on here. So I thought I just saw something in the hallway then, but that could just be my imagination, because I'm saying and talking about shadows. You know, I turned around and I thought I saw a shadow. But it could just be my imagination playing tricks. No, I know we all see that peripheral of the eye kind of thing. No, I saw that, you know. That could be your brain making you think you see it. Unless you're seeing it and it's there for about 5 seconds, and you're sitting there or standing there looking at it and it's looking back at you, and you've got a CCTV camera and it's recording it, and great, you've got the evidence. But how do you know that some spirits that have shown themselves, although you see it, it could be manipulating your damn cameras for it not to pick up? So I could say, yeah, I've just seen a ghost standing at the door, and I'm going to show you on a camera, and it's not being shown on camera. But you know you've seen it. And you think, well, I saw it, but why is it not coming on the camera? It's like that black fucking manifestation in the living room after we'd done Sandra Blaine, Elizabeth Tate, Alicia Lamb. Black figure in my goddamn living room. You know, the cameras all went offline. Every camera went offline. And suddenly, as I came on, I saw on the Wi-Fi camera this black mass. And I thought, what the fuck was that? And at the time, I had a couple of people on, Rose and another female. Can't remember her name now. Michelle. And she goes, what's it? I said, I've got what? Hang on. I said, give me a few minutes. And I'm going back on the 4 cameras in the living room to see if I could see it. You know, checking the files. And it didn't record on the damn recorder. It didn't record on the DVR. It did not record on the bloody memory cards. But when it actually showed on the camera, it was only because the camera was facing the screen and YouTube caught the screen capture, it was caught. So how is that? You know, how can YouTube on the live stream somehow capture that black mass that was in my living room and everyone's seen it, that video? I only done that short clip of it. But I couldn't see it on the playback. But it was there. So even if your house is haunted and you're taking videos and photos and EVPs, people still may not believe you, even if it is haunted or not. You know, I could turn around and say, yeah, you know, I've got the most haunted house in the, you know, in the country or in this part of the world, you know, or in this area. You know, my house is so haunted, I want people to come down and investigate it. And they come down, and some people might get stuff, some people might not get nothing. And, you know, paranormal groups, they get nothing, think, waste of time, his house ain't haunted. But how do they know it ain't? Unless they come down and, you know, open their mind up and, like, you know, let the spirits, you know, kind of like take control of them in some way, I suppose, then they might get that activity. If they come in the negative thought, saying, no, there ain't going to be nothing there, then they ain't going to get nothing. If they come in the positive thought, then maybe they might get something. Now, my house ain't active every single day of the week. Might be active once a day, once a week. No, I ain't really felt or heard much over the last couple of months. So I've not done nothing. I've been too ill. And I kind of like just fobbed it off in one way. So I've told them to leave me alone. Well, I'm not well. Now I'm feeling better. I could say, right, guys, you know, you want to come back and start causing shit, then do it. Are they going to do it? It's up to them. I can't make them do things. I let them do it if they want to do it. And if I've got something negative in here, and he wants to do it, he'll do it to scare me, to build up the energy to keep doing it, wouldn't he? So, you know, it's kind of a hit and miss with the paranormal, though, I think, to be honest with you. Now, I can't, as I said, like, you know, all the people who say their house is haunted, right? There could be millions, billions of people out there who says their house is haunted. But how haunted are they really? Now, if their lights flicker, if they had anyone come round and check their electricity, their circuits, their light fittings, you know, if the furniture's moving on its own, then, you know, if they ask their family members if they've moved the furniture, you know, the knocks, the sounds, you know, is it any of their family moving around, you know, knocking on something, dropping a box on the floor or something, yeah? Do they ask their family members? You know, some people might think, well, if I ask my mum or my dad, they think I'm going to be crazy. Not really. You know, if you just say, well, did you knock something yesterday? And they say, yeah, then it's easy explained. If they say no, why? And you say, oh, I'm just wondering because I thought I heard something. You know, I know it's a chance like, you know, making your family think you're crazy or not, you know, but at least you're going to get the answer. You know, because if I was still married, right, and I was still back home in the other place in Devonshire Road, no, after my dad died, did get a few weird things. You know, I did see a lot of shadow movement. You know, as I said, like my jumper was being tugged. I got the EVPs. I heard noises. I heard like a man's cough. You know, my kid, my boy James was only like 12, 14 years old, something like that. No, probably about 12 years old. That wasn't a man's cough that he could do. You know, it sounded like a proper adult cough, what I heard. Now, that could have been someone outside, for I know. I don't know, but it sounded more in the hallway, near my living room door, where I always used to be at night time, in the living room, on my own. Because my wife wouldn't go in that one. You know, she'd either be in the kitchen, watching TV in there, or she'd be in the bedroom, talking to her friends on the phone like she always used to do. And the kids would always be upstairs. So if I heard a noise upstairs and the kids were in, I know it's them. But there's many times when the kids were at their friends, or they'd gone out with their mother, or, you know, they were sleeping. The wife always used to work late, sometimes till about 10, 11 o'clock at night. So I knew it wouldn't be her. If I did hear a noise, I'd call up to see if the kids were awake, and I got no reply. I'd just go up and check them anyway. And usually they were sleeping. Like, you know, when I was there, I did hear noises. After the EVP session, I had that, what's that called? I woke up in that paralyzed state, you know. I couldn't move. I was like an ice cube, you know. Sleep. Some people say it's sleep paralysis, but no, that wasn't sleep paralysis. Like, it felt like I was in. It really felt like I was an ice cube. Yeah, I was frozen. I couldn't move, you know. And it was only because I said, "Please stop." I went, "Please stop, please stop, please stop." You know, thinking that in my head, because I couldn't even speak. I went, "Please stop, please stop." You know, 3 times in my own mind, and it stopped very quickly. Then after that, a few days later, the room I was sleeping in, because me and my wife wasn't sleeping with each other, because we had like a few little issues, and I was upstairs in the spare room because my son wasn't sleeping there. He slept in the middle room with me daughter on the bunk bed. Like, my daughter was up on the bunk and he was on the lower bunk because he wouldn't go in there. He was scared of that room. And there was a kind of like it looks like a closet, but it isn't. It's like inside it, it's like the boiler, and it was making a bit of a noise sometimes, and it kept him awake and he couldn't sleep, and he was always late for school and stuff like that. So that's why he went into the middle room. So I thought, well, if he ain't sleeping, I'll go in now. And that's why I had that really weird sleep thing happen to me. You know, some people would say sleep paralysis, but it wasn't sleep paralysis. I'll tell you that for one thing, yeah. And a few days later, you know, I always shut the bedroom door. I always shut the bedroom door. He shut this bedroom door. And I shut the bedroom door, went to sleep, and something just kind of woke me up. I don't know what it was. Something just kind of made me wake up, and I was in that process of like just opening my eyes, and I saw the door start opening. And I went, "Hello, who's that?" And the door opened like halfway, and you could see a shadow there. And I thought it was one of the kids. I went, "Who's out of bed? What do you want?" No one answered. So I got up. I checked the other 2 bedrooms, the middle room and the other one where my other daughter slept, Jessica. And all the kids were asleep, fast asleep. And this was probably about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. So then I went downstairs to see if the wife was like awake or something, yeah. And I opened her door and I was just about to say, "Did you want me?" But she was asleep. So I thought, okay. So I checked the other rooms, I checked the living room, I checked the bathroom, I checked the kitchen, no one in there. I checked the back door, the front door, they were securely locked, no windows were open. So I thought, oh, so what made that door open? Weird. And that's when I started getting into the paranormal, because I had EVP, I had that sleep paralysis kind of thing, or whatever it was. I had that door open, I was seeing shadows, I've heard noises when I was the only one there. I heard footsteps walking down the hallway. Now, this is what I didn't understand. The hallway had carpet, but you can actually hear footsteps walking down there. And yeah, you know, being on my own, I was freaking out, but I wanted to know what the fucking thing was happening out there. You know, I wanted to know what's going on. So I started like checking on YouTube, all the ghost hunting programs I could sit and watch. I'd watch any that came on TV. I'd sit and watch it because I really wanted to learn. That's how I learned the paranormal, and that's what got me to understand what things happened there in that house really happened. And like, you know, I caught pictures there. I've uploaded photos from the past, and then like once I felt I was ready, I started going out. I used to creep out at night time, about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, with a camera. I used to walk around the street taking pictures. And I took pictures near this old people's home, and you could see all these different colour orbs. You know, some people say, oh, it's just like reflections of light or something. No, I was picking up blue orbs, orange orbs, red orbs, pink orbs, purple orbs, all different colour types of orbs. And it weren't just near the old people's home. I walked down this thing, like this footpath, and it led down to like this dirt path where some of the woods were. And I wouldn't really go there, but I got to the edge and I took a few pictures. Then I used to come back home. Then I started going a different way from my house. I used to walk down the road instead of walking up towards the older pensions home. And I used to go down. I used to look for these little driveways. And there was one which went up and went into a back of a block of flats here, and you had a car parking space. And I was in, for some reason I kind of felt uncomfortable going down there. But before I did go down, I started taking pictures of this rose bush. Don't know what made me take a picture of a rose bush, but I started taking pictures, and I didn't know what I caught until I came back. But I did go down into the car park thing, take a few pictures there, and then I came back out. Then I walked down another part of the road down towards the local shop. Then I took a few photos down there. Then I came back home, unlocked the door quickly, shut it quietly, went upstairs, started looking through the pictures, and that rose bush was only like 2 foot tall. But on one of the pictures, it like tripled its size, I'm thinking, what? How can that rose bush be 2 foot tall and suddenly tripled its size? Next morning, I went down onto the computer and I uploaded a picture, and it looked like, I actually uploaded it on Facebook, and I still got the photo on Facebook, I think. And I said, guys, if anyone can tell me what you can see in this picture, I'll be very grateful. And I had about 10 people come back to me and say, that looks like a picture of a person standing there in camouflage clothing. And the weirdest thing, he had like those long kind of like moustaches, which were like kind of bent up, as if it was like a sergeant major or something, And I thought, are you sure? And I said, yeah, that's what we're seeing. Why? Well, that's supposed to be a 2 foot rose bush. Well, no, we can see that someone's standing there. I'm thinking, oh, okay. So that's like possibly an apparition. And then when I started doing my first cemetery down near St George's Hospital, I had the same camera, and I was walking around taking just random shots. And I was at the back of the cemetery where the war memorial was, and I was just taking random photos. And when I got home, I noticed that on one of the camera photos, there's something in the background, like a black figure kind of thing. So I zoomed up and I thought, whoa, that's a fucking person. And there wasn't no one there. I was the only person in that area. That cemetery is practically empty. So like, I uploaded that on Facebook as well. And a guy who was into the photography, he was a professional photographer, and he had special software. He actually took a photo, he took that photo and examined it, and he said, I believe that you caught an image, possibly an apparition of an undertaker who used to wear a long, dark black cloak or coat kind of thing, yeah? And he used to wear like a hat, a bit like the wrestler, the Undertaker. And he goes, that's what you've taken. That's what I believe it could be. An old-fashioned Undertaker. Or in the Victorian times, it used to be like a person who used to walk around making sure the grave and the cemetery was secure, because in them days, a lot of people used to go and do like grave robbing. and they used to have like, it looked like, you know, in one way it's supposed to be like a security guard, and it's like a long black cloak with a black hat, and that's how they used to dress, as like a security guard or whatever. And he goes, that's what I think you're cool. And that was like, you know, amazing itself. And I used to be a kid going down there, and I was doing EVPs, same cemetery, yeah. I went down there with my push bike, and this time I think I was using my Nokia E5 again, and I was just doing some EVPs, right? And I didn't play them until I got back home. And as I was playing it back here, you could hear me ask a question. And it wasn't so much a reply, but I heard a little boy voice come through saying, I like your bike. I like your bike. So that was a kind of, whoa, that's fucking amazing, that was. So I thought, that's a little boy's voice. I wonder what, you know, there weren't no little boys in there. So for some reason I had to go back down there again, right? And try to find out who this little boy was. So I've gone down there again, but this time I didn't take my bike. I actually got public transport. So it was a bloody long way to go on a push bike. I was talking about 5-6 miles. So I got public transport down there, and I went into that same location where I got the EVP, and I said, right, I've got a voice of a little boy here. Last time I was there, saying that he liked my bike. I said, thank you very much for that. Can you tell me what your name is if you're still around, so I can try to find you? So I can find your grave. You know, if you can tell me your name and let me know where your grave, your headstone is, I'll try to, you know, leave you a little gift. And I didn't think I would get anything. And like, you know, sometimes it can be a little bit noisy because of the traffic going past, you know, because I was like centre of the cemetery, but, you know, talking about 200-300 yards away, you know, you had the traffic, and sometimes you might have thought it was traffic coming through. So I didn't really want to listen until I got back. So I got go away. So I got back home and I played it. And after I said, if you can tell me your name and tell me where you are, I'll be grateful and I'll leave you a little gift. And I actually got a little boy come back, the same little boy's voice saying his name. Right? Honestly, I swear on my life, yeah. So I thought, fucking hell, that's amazing. That's crazy. So I went to, like, one day I was doing shopping and I bought some, like, kiddies toys, you know, like little car toys, little action figures and stuff like that. So I went back down to the cemetery again, yeah, same location. And I thought, I've got to look for this little boy's cemetery, you know, it's got to be around somewhere. And something kind of like, it felt like I was being pulled in one way, saying, go this way. Now, I can't remember the little boy's name, but I know where the cemetery, you know, the headstone is. And I will go down. I keep saying I want to go back down, and I will do this year. Guarantee it, yeah. Because I want to take some more toys down. So I had, like, a couple of car toys, some action figures, you know, those little toy soldiers. And, you know, I had them in my bag. And it felt like I was being pulled. Now, I had the little boy's name. I think his name was, yeah, Harry. That's it, Harry, I think his name was. Oh, no, Henry. Either Harry or Henry. One of those two, definitely. I think it's Henry, actually. So anyway, I feel like I'm being pulled, right? So I kind of like thought, okay, I'll go this way. It feels like I need to go that way. Now, I turned around and I started going the way I was supposed to be going. And I swear on this, yeah, I don't need to lie to you, but I must have walked about 30 feet. And on the side, just before a little turn off where the cars can go up further into the cemetery, there's a little boy's headstone, Henry. And he was, I think, about 8-9 years old, something like that. Oh, whoa, I wonder if that's the Henry that I got on the EVP. I wonder if that's the same little boy who said that he liked my bike. So I just like, you know, I can't remember if I did another EVP then, but I just said, look, you know, if this is you, thank you for talking to me. Here is some toys for you. And I left the toys there. And I went back there a couple of times. And I left toys at other kids' cemetery headstones as well, yeah. Like there's a little 6-month-old baby. I left her like a little teddy bear and a little necklace and some bead things. And you know, I know, like, you know, if you put stuff in cemeteries, you know, they do get moved around. But I went there, you know, to this little girl's one, little baby's headstone, where I put a teddy bear. The second time I went there, it had been moved. It was like, where the hell's that? You know, the little necklace was there, what I made, like little cross and chain was still there. I'm thinking, well, where's the teddy bear? I thought, And something made me want to walk up. So I started walking up, and I actually found a teddy bear on another headstone of a child, another little girl. Now, I'd actually taken some more stuff with me, so I said, well, look, you know, you can't have this, but you can have this. I left a little couple little trinkets on this other little kiddie's headstone, and I picked the teddy bear up. And I went back to that 6-month-old one, and I went, here's your teddy bear back. And I always wondered if, like, you know, spirits, you know, especially children, could probably like share. Maybe she was sharing a teddy bear with that little spirit, you know, with that child who was buried like 4 graves up, you know, kind of thing. So, you know, like, you know, you get that. The reason I'm telling you this there is because, like, spirits meant to move, you know, if spirits can move things in your home, and they must be able to move things in cemeteries. And there's even times when I must have done about 20 cemeteries, different cemeteries, yeah. And there's one other one over near Streatham. I keep wanting to go there, but I keep forgetting where it is. And I have to keep looking on my pictures to find out where the bloody place is. And I've got to try to find the way of getting there again. Because there's cemeteries I've been to, and I can't remember how to get there. And some of them I never wrote down the cemetery name. But I have been to about 20 different cemeteries in my like 5-10 mile radius. And there's one where there's a building, right, at the back of the cemetery, and I took pictures, you know, just random. Didn't think I'd get anything, yeah. Came home, and when I looked at them, there was so many different pictures of faces in there, images of faces in one, well, not one, but about 4 pictures. It was crazy ass. So I did go back there again, and I took more pictures, but this time hardly any. So do spirits like know that, you know, if you know, it's not, I don't know if they like think, well, this guy must be a paranormal investigator, you know, otherwise why is he taking random photos? They must know what you are and who you are and what you're about. You know, I think spirits must know if you're into the paranormal and if you're an investigator or not, you know. And if they are kind of willing to allow you to take a photo of them, then they will do. If they don't want to take, you know, have their photo taken, then they won't. You know, but I've caught some amazing photos, and people think, you know, well, you can manipulate photos. Well, so, with the technology now, you can do, yeah, but what's the point? You know, what's the point of taking a photo and adding a so-called spooky image in it to make it look like it's real? That's just plain stupid. It really is. It is fucking ridiculous. So I'm blabbing. I will be going in a minute. It's 2 o'clock. But, you know, I've caught some amazing stuff here in cemeteries. It's like mind-blowing. And it gives you that peace of mind. Now, the only reason why I started going to cemeteries, yeah, because I thought, well, Saint told me that I need to go there to get some of the answers that I was seeking at the beginning. No, I got my dad's EVP. You know, I had the door open. I had that kind of like sleep paralysis or whatever it was. And, you know, after that, I just thought I had to, something told me I need to get into the paranormal and learn about the paranormal. I didn't think I was going to do it this long, 6 years. And I'll probably do it another 20 years or whatever. You know, I won't leave the paranormal. So I really still want to seek so much truth. You know, I really want to see that real full-blown apparition. Yeah, it probably scared the fuck out of me, but at least I see it. I know that I've seen it, you know. But then, even if I see it, you know, am I going to take a photo of it quickly? You know, is my brain function going to say, take a picture? Or am I going to have a camcorder, filming that time when I see it? Is it actually going to catch you on camera? Because spirits are able to manipulate bloody electronics. Maybe when they show themselves, it may be caught on video, it may not get caught on video. You know? And like, even if I see it, you know, am I going to fucking believe that I've seen it? Am I going to think, well, you know, did I just imagine that? But when I'm sitting there fucking shaking, you know, a scared witness, you know, kind of thing, you know, then I know that I fucking have seen it. And I'll probably say, well, I don't want to see another ghost in my life, but I do. I want to see many good spirits in one way, you know, that just here, you know, either wanting help or want to try to send a message over to someone, or, you know, that movie about that little boy who could see ghosts and Bruce Willis was in it. Can't remember what the movie was now. Sixth Sense. You know, I'm not a little boy, but I'd like to be a person who can see ghosts. As long as they're not, you know, ghosts of, like, you know, with half their brains blown out and maggots and shit like that falling out of their face, and, you know, dark, black, creepy eyes, you know, and, you know, looking demonic. You know, that's kind of shit I don't want to see. I have been told by the spirits that I will probably in time confront a demon, and I'll, you know, it will affect me in one way, but I will defeat the demon. But you know, they say that sometimes that when I am open up more, I will probably get to see ghosts, you know, dead people, and there might be a possibility that someone may try to show themselves as they are after their death, or as they died, you know, like in a car accident with blood gouging out of their face or something, or, you know, like glass impaled in their face, or, you know, half their body chopped away or something like that, you know, kind of thing. You know, that I don't really want to see, but there might be a possibility, like I said, that, you know, although they don't mean it, they might show themselves as that, and, like, you know, that's something I'm going to have to try to block out. But I just want to see them as they were, as, like, you know, talking to another human being like now, kind of thing. And then, like, you know, I wouldn't mind seeing people like that. I know it's going to be scary every time you see a person like that. You know, but there's been stories I've heard where people have spoken to people, and they look lifelike, and they've turned around and they're not there. You know, the one story I heard is about this guy, you know, walking around. He'd been to some kind of pub. He got drunk. He missed his last train or something, yeah. And he's just walking back. He walked down this hill, and he come to this bus stop, yeah, and he's trying to find out what time the last bus was. And, like, he didn't know what to do, so he just sat there. And he thought he could hear something. He looked up and he saw this figure coming towards him. And it was a figure of a man. And this is supposed to be a true story, okay? And this person walked up to him and said, all right. He goes, yeah, can you tell me what time the last bus is, please? He goes, oh, there ain't another one until, like, later now. You know, you might get a night bus. They run every hour and a half. But the next normal bus is going to be like 6 o'clock. And the guy looks at his watch, goes, oh, it's 2 o'clock now. So do you know what time the next bus is due? What one? Night one. probably about another hour. He goes, oh, all right. All right, cheers, mate. He kind of just sat there for a few seconds. And he turns to ask another question. And the guy's gone. And he's looking up the hill thinking, well, where's this guy gone? He looked up the hill. No, in those few seconds, he wouldn't have made more than 20 steps, but the guy wasn't nowhere in sight. Now he looked behind the bus stop, no one there. You know, he was in the middle of nowhere. Well, practically, I don't know if he was in the middle of nowhere, but he was like, behind him was grassland, you know, kind of thing. It's like one of those creepy ass roadways, you know, where you got a bus and you're practically like half a mile from like the nearest town or something, and like probably quarter mile from the nearest homestead, you know, kind of thing. And like he's fucking sitting there panicking, thinking, who did I just fucking talk to? Because he's looking across the land, you know, he's looking across the road, he's looking up the road, down the road. There ain't no one there, but he swears black and blue he actually spoke to a guy. Now, there's another story I've said a couple of times, yeah, and this is dead true because it's actually publicly recognised in the local paper in our area. It must have been about 15 years ago, I think it was. And if Aaron's still here, he can back me up. I think he's gone to bed. But in one of the papers, yeah, it told you about a guy walking home from work late one morning, going across Mitcham Common, and I think it's about 2 o'clock in the morning, yeah. And he decided to walk across the common because it's a bit quicker. And as he's walking, he sees this kind of like white glare kind of coming towards him, like this white object. And like, you know, he was a bit tired because he'd been doing a long shift. And you know, he's seen this white object come closer and closer and closer and closer and closer. And it actually goes right past him. And he said in the paper that he was, you know, he wasn't daydreaming or night dreaming, you know, he was. It might have been the cat then. He said to the newspaper he saw a figure of a little boy on a push bike, and that figure was pure white. So with the bike. Well, go to bed, he was tired, and it, you know, it's a true story, the guy said, yeah, and he thinks it must have been the boy that died in the lake, well, early 1900s, mid 1900s. Now, his name is Leonard. Now, me and Aaron done research on Leonard, and he is the boy who did die in the lake. The story goes that he was riding his bike down this long, kind of like dip that at the bottom the lake was, and he kind of lost control, and he kind of like rode in the lake and drowned. But that was not the true story. The true story is that him, Leonard, his mum, and some of his friends came over to the lake, you know, to have a day trip out, have a swim. So the lake used to be bigger at the time. And his mates said, you know, let's try to see who can swim and get over to the other side the quickest. Now, Leonard wasn't a good swimmer. You know, he could swim, but not all that good. So they all started swimming across the lake, but Leonard, sadly, kind of got caught in the undercurrent and got pulled under. And he tried, you know, getting back up, but, you know, even these mates couldn't get him. So they got out of the lake. They went screaming, you know, help, help, help. You know, Leonard started drowning. His mum couldn't do nothing. There was in them days, there used to, you know, it used to be a little boat in Acreswell, and there's a guy in the boat. So they called him over. I said, where is he? Where is he? So I showed him where he actually went down. And while the guy was trying to get him, someone had called the ambulance, and the ambulance was on the way. And like the boat guy had one of those boat hooks, and he's trying to, like, you know, see if he could grab him. He didn't know where he was. He's just sticking the boat hook in, and all of a sudden he felt something, and he pulled it, and he pulled Leonard out. But sadly, Leonard had already drowned and died. Now they pulled him out, got him on to the ground. The ambulance had turned up. They tried to resuscitate him, but it was too late. And that's the true story, because that's actually documented as well. So the guy who actually saw Leonard as a white figure actually did see him. And the story about Leonard drowning is a true story, because that's also documented. Now, me and Aaron's gone over there, and the amount of times we called Leonard's name. Leonard, say your name. You hear Leonard. It's always round about the same kind of voice. You know, me and Simon James done investigations over there. We got fucking crazy stuff happening over there. You know, Simon James done a laser grid experiment, and the laser actually, the contact broke. Something actually kind of crossed the laser to make the laser grid kind of like break in half kind of thing. We got Ghost Box apps running, hearing Leonard's name on it, you know, crazy stuff. And I said to Leonard, if you want to come home with me, come home with me. You know, if you feel like you need someone, you know, somewhere to be, you don't have to be all the time, you can come home. I got cussed and moaned at by Abby, but she said, well, like, you know, he is a nice kid, you know, if he wants to stay, he can stay, it's okay. And I did feel that he did stay around for a while, but he likes to be over the common, and he does come and go time to time. Now, there's been times where I've done sessions in the living room, and, you know, I've taken photos in the mirror, and one of the photos actually showed a little boy near the cabinet, near the door, kind of like poking out. We believe that is Leonard, because when we asked on the Ghost Box who it was, we actually got the name Leonard. So Leonard did come home with me, and he was like, has been here quite a while, but then he seems to come and go as he pleases, because I did say you can come and go as you please, just like any of my spirits, they can come and go as you please. There's some of the things I have caught, you know, has actually been true evidence, you could say, you know. It's been kind of like a fascinating experience catching some of the real evidence I have caught. I can't understand why people say it's fake when it isn't fake. Now, people will fake stuff, yeah, to try to get their name, you know, recognised in the paper, on a ghost hunting goddamn TV show. But there's people out there who's got real, true experience, true, you know, real, true activity going on, and they're not known at all. You know, Rose only started getting a few groups in to her mum's place because it is meant to be that really haunted. Now, some people had their own kind of like feelings towards the place. Now, I know that there's a evil spirit, you know, a male and a female, because I was told on the Ouija board there's two evil spirits there. One being the Hat Man and one female. There's a... Now, Rose did say about a child. Now, I was told that there is a child there, but that child, we're not sure is the Hat Man trying to manipulate it, or if it is a real child. There's another spirit there. There's a few spirits there, actually, but these two evil spirits are actually holding back other spirits, so they won't let them go. They want them to cross over. So I thought I just saw a shadow at the cleft of my eye, but that's because I'm talking about ghosts and spirits. You know, it doesn't mean that I did see it. I saw something, but that's just my imagination, probably. Or it might have been, I don't know. But the thing being is that there is two evil spirits at Rose's and some good spirits, but they can't do much because they've been held back by these two evil spirits. But the child spirit is like, we don't know if it's the shadow man trying to show himself as a child spirit, or if there is a child spirit there that he's tried to show himself, but only the odd once or twice because he's been held back and demanding not to show himself by negative ones. So there is shit going on there. But, you know, if Rose is watching, I'm not being funny, but I know you feel and sense a lot of stuff going on there, but I don't feel and see half the stuff. I like last night's stream, I think it was, she said she heard a bang. A few other people said she heard a bang, but I didn't hear nothing. Now, is that because I wasn't concentrating? Maybe so. Maybe I wasn't concentrating. Maybe I didn't have my ears open to listen to that bang. You know, sometimes I sense stuff there which other people don't sense. Sometimes people sense stuff there and I don't sense it. Like here, people say, well, there's a spirit sitting behind you. Is there? Yeah, on the bed. I'm not sensing him. So why am I not sensing the spirit being on the bed when other people are? Maybe because I was closing myself off for that particular time. Maybe I didn't want to know that there's a spirit here. But I can't disapprove that there isn't one there. You know, I can't call people a liar, you know. What the fuck was that? No, that was not the cat because she's not in here. Did you just do that noise? Actually, you can go outside, go to bed, go and bugger off. Pardon me. Shit. I just heard a weird noise behind me and I thought it was the cat, but the cat was in the hallway then. See, that I heard. I don't know if you heard it, but I heard it. It's like a... It's just someone choking. And it wasn't the cat because she was in the hallway. And oh, that was louder than the cat would have done. So, you know, sometimes I can be open, sometimes I'm not open. Some people might sense spirits behind me when I'm not feeling them. Or I might be feeling them and you're not feeling them. Sometimes I don't feel or sense anything at Rose's because I don't open myself up to a place all the time. Because sometimes I feel if I can open myself up, I might open myself up too much and somehow I might drag it here, which I'm not kind of saying it would bother me or not, you know, it depends really. You know, I do want the activity that she's getting. I want to hear the knocks, I want to hear the bangs, I want to hear the doors open, I hear voices, you know, that kind of stuff. I want to see the shadows that she's seeing. But I don't want it to that extent where it might start getting so bad that it will affect my neighbours. Because I could be kicked out of this fucking property otherwise, you know, saying, oh, well, you're causing, you know, your house to be demonically or you're causing your house to be so active that it's affecting other people. You know, you shouldn't be doing that in your house. Because I remember when I was in temporary accommodation, I was doing Ouija board and I was doing ghost boxes. And when the main desk found out, they told me to stop. Or otherwise they'd contact the council and they kicked me out. And they did contact the council. I said, what I do in my flat, it's got nothing to do with you. Well, yes, it does, because if it affects other people, you know, they could move out and we could be losing money. So you stop it now. So I said, well, you can't tell me what I can do outside the flat. Well, no, what you do outside the flat's okay, but, you know, inside the place, you're not allowed to do no ghost boxes, EVPs, you know, Ouija boards or whatever, anything like that. I said, well, what about stuff I do outside? You know, you can't stop me from uploading that video to my YouTube. Oh, no, we can't stop that because that's your private life outside. But, you know, your life inside here in this temporary accommodation, you can't do. You know, they thought I stopped it, but I didn't. I still carried on. No, not every single day like I was doing, but, you know, the odd 1 or 2 days. So there are things that I do believe that are real. I do believe that some people do have real paranormal activity. But I believe that some people think they have real paranormal activity when it can be really kind of explained, you know. That's really what my conversation was talking about tonight. Do I believe that, you know, next door neighbour has got real activity? Well, I can't say it unless I was there to really kind of like experience it. You know, I could probably walk in her house and feel, yeah, you know, oh, there's definitely something here. It's like those two houses across the road before they got knocked down, and 2 block of like flat apartment buildings are being built there, nearly finished construction. Probably within the next 6 months, people will be moving in there, yeah. But there used to be 2 little houses, little bungalow kind of houses there, yeah. And they've been broken into. The back door, one of the back doors was missing, so you could easily walk in. The other one, the door was there, but half of it, kind of thing. And it's always the back doors, not the front doors. And there was a homeless man living in one of them, because there was a time when I saw the light on at night time, right? And during the daytime, I went round there. I know I shouldn't have done, but I did. I went round there, and I went in, and I called out. I went, "Hello, anyone home? Hello?" I said, "Oh, I'm not the police. I just want to speak to anyone who's here." And I didn't get no answer, but the lights were still on. So I turned them off, and then as I was in there, I saw that rocking chair. I thought, fucking rocking chair. I always wanted one of those rocking chairs. And I knew those houses were going to get destroyed and taken down. So I was able to quickly grab that rocking chair. I know it's like thieving in one way, but it's not in another way, because I actually rescued that rocking chair, because the people, the construction team, when they was demolishing it, they was burning everything. Beds, furniture, even the cooker and stuff like that got thrown away, I think, unless they got refurbed, you know, taken away and reused somewhere else. I don't know, but you know, there weren't a lot of furniture in there anyway. But I kind of like salvaged that rocking chair, and I brought it home. And there is a spirit attached to it. I can't remember her name. I think it's Ellis or something. I've got it on video, just like anything I bring home. If I do streams on video on my live streams. Probably, I really wanted to try to get it in here one night, but I can't get it in. The door won't open up because I've got like a shelving unit there, and it won't open the door enough for me to bring it in here. So I might have to do a stream in the living room when it's warmer and it's not so cold in there. But yeah, I salvaged that, and me and Aaron was able to do. Well, we tried doing a live stream there, but it wouldn't work. So we did do our own little investigation. We went there for about an hour in that house to the right. The one where the rocking chair was, we didn't do, because we knew that there was someone, like a homeless person living there, and we didn't want to get involved with that guy. Now, if the guy was there, you know, that day when I got the rocking chair, I'd have said to him, "Look, you know, I'm a paranormal investigator. You know, like, do you mind us doing a little walk around? You know, we try to keep you out of view, and you know, and if we, you know, bunged him a tenner or something, you know, to get him at the bloody flat. Well, it's not the flat, but the building for an hour. You know, here's a tenner, going, you know, walk around the street for an hour. You know, be great. Or you know, if he said, well, yeah, but I need to be here, then fair enough, we would have done it. But or he might have just turned around and said, no, fuck off. You know, I can't think if he had told her to fuck off, I'd have rang up the old bill and said, look, you know, you've got a homeless person breaking in a property that he doesn't belong to, and I would have gotten kicked out that way. But I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to cause any trouble. So what I did do is, I brought the rocking chair home, and then the other house, as I say, I did do a little video in there, a daytime one, and I kept trying to get a couple of people down here to do it. I've got Steve Cooper down here, but he didn't want to go. You know, he said that he was going to do it, but when I told him we'd have to jump over the fence, he said, no, I don't want to be doing that, you know. So we didn't do it. We went somewhere else. But me and Aaron did do it. And, yeah, we picked up some interesting stuff in there. No, the first time I went in there during the daytime, I walked around the place for about 10 minutes. And I felt comfortable, you know. I didn't feel anything evil or demonic in there. You know, it smelled in there, dampness and stuff, but in one of them, I went in, it just smelled with dampness. But when me and Aaron went in there and done our stream, that room smelled all urine-y, pissified, you know, it really stinched. But we stayed in there and done some EVPs and ghost boxing, and we did get some responses in there. As in when we was doing it, yeah, we saw a shadow walk past, and we both saw it, and it's kind of, well, did you see that? Yeah, I saw that. And that, I think at the time I was using my full spectrum, that Pinky View camera, because I was trying that one out. And I think we caught it on there, I'm not sure, I can't remember. But, you know, we're getting EVP saying, get out, go away, you know, and we'll hurt you and stuff like that. But we also got some positive ones like help us, and like love you, and you know, all kind of weird stuff on EVP wise. We only done about an hour in there, so we didn't take, you know, we didn't want to take too much of a risk getting caught. But those houses eventually did get knocked down. I asked the construction guy for one of the lanterns outside the house, and he said, yeah, we'll sort one out. But when I asked a few days later, when I was actually knocking them down, they'd already thrown it away. So I said, well, can I have that stained glass window? And they actually got stained glass out, but, you know, I gave them a tenner for it, so they can go and make, you know, go and buy some teas and sandwiches. But when I brought it home, it started falling apart. And I've still got it in the living room, actually, but I'm going to take it out into the balcony because it's, you know, it's just falling apart. So I don't want to I don't want to damage it anymore. So I'm going to put it out in the balcony. The rocking chair's staying in there. You know, I'm going to do a topic on like other stuff during the week, probably got regarding like haunted items. That'd be something I'm going to be doing later during the week. I ain't going to do it next. It's like gone 2 o'clock, 2:28 actually. I'm getting tired. But you know, there are things I do understand, and there's stuff I don't understand. There's stuff I'm still learning. Stuff I really want to learn. There's stuff that I do believe and I don't believe. You know, I don't believe that so many houses are as haunted as they say they are. Anything can be you know, there's always an explanation towards something. Now, if I had to say a percentage of homes being haunted, I'd say probably 2 out of 10, maybe 3. You know, unless there's people out there, which there are, who are getting a lot of activity in their homes but haven't said anything because they're afraid that people will think they're crazy. And there are people out there who does have activity in their house, and they think if I say anything, they think they're going to be called crazy people, you know. That's why, you know, you got us out there who's learned about the paranormal and are willing to learn more about the paranormal and become paranormal investigators and go to like investigations and try to learn and understand and hopefully help the spirits to move on, or, you know, to find an answer or get a message or something. And that's what my goal was. You know, I don't know what led me to it. It was only after my dad died, you know, and hearing and seeing things, I wanted to learn a little bit more, and then I just carried on from there. And most of the stuff I've learnt myself, you know. There is a majority I've actually learnt from watching TV programs and, you know, other live streamers and stuff like that. especially haunted dolls ones. Who was it? Guy over in America. Him, Simon James, and one other person had haunted dolls, and I didn't think they could be haunted, but when I saw that doll at Simon James's move, the actual head moved live on camera. It's like this, and just went like that by itself. There's no fucking reason that should have done. But I thought that's fucking crazy. If a doll can do that by a spirit, if a spirit's attached to it, I've got to get myself a doll. And I didn't end up buying just one doll. I've got about fucking 100 dolls now. Now, I'm not saying every doll's active. It's not. Last count I had by doing the pendulum, it was about 70 dolls that had active, attachments to them. But it wasn't like a spirit that's going to be causing a shitload of activity. It's just like a person's energy that's attached to it. Because a spirit's energy from a person is attached to it doesn't mean it's going to start getting up and running around and moving his arms and legs and shit like that. They might try to do something like make the doll move slightly, or give you some weird experiences, like start fucking around with electrics, or try to somehow make you know that they're there by sounds, noises, verbal communication, stuff like that. And I thought, well, more dolls I get, maybe there's a chance of getting something more active from a doll. Now, the only thing I got more active from was from Tina, which I got from Rose. Possibly the one from Kat, she gave me some activity. Oh God. And a few other things, like a clock. When I started, I got a clock from a guy called Chris. He said he was getting a lot of activity and he believes it's a clock. As soon as he sent the clock to me, the day he got rid of it, all activity stopped. Now, when I got it, I did feel like there was an energy attached to it, but the clock wasn't working. I tried winding up, still wouldn't work. So I left it there, and I thought, well, let's do a little bit research. I looked on the back, I found like a company name. As soon as I started researching, the bloody clock started ticking. Now, why? I've got no idea. Why would it start ticking after I started doing the research? Is it because the spirit was attached to it and it was happy that I was trying to research it to try to get the clock working again? Possible. And I did do a stream on that. But that's going to be more talked about during later in the week. So I'm going to go. It's 2:30. I might make myself a quick cup of coffee before I go to bed. But cheers for being here and watching. Don't worry about the GoFundMe. It's still on me thingy. If you want to help, you can help. If you don't have to. I do really still need a new computer, an updated one later. When that'll be, I don't know. If this one survives, it survives. I've done a complete reinstall. I've formatted my hard drive. I started installing stuff. It started messing around again, so I kind of took those programs off, put it back into a reset from the software, and I started installing it bit by bit, and it started working a bit better. It boots up quicker. I've got a 500 gig hard drive on this system. I've probably used about 40 gig, if that. So the computer actually loads up quicker than it used to as well. Game playing, I play Daisy. That's kind of like cool because it doesn't lag on the games now. It used to freeze and lock up on games. I used to sometimes get the blue screen of death, and I don't know what was causing that. It could just been, well, what I'd done, I did a quick Google, and it said it could be a software driver malfunction that's giving you the blue screen death. It could be hardware You know, it could be hard drive, memory, power supply, whatever. I did turn the computer off before I actually done a restart. You know, fresh install, and it started making this really weird noise. So I thought, what the fuck's going on here? So I turned it off. I opened it up. I've got a vacuum, my little vacuum cleaner. I started like vacuum cleaning all the dust out the fans and stuff like that. Put it back together, and it started turning on, and it was all nice and quiet. Then I've done the fresh install, and it's been working okay. No blue screen crashes. I've had like the few little dongs, you know, on software when I've been installing it, but that's because the antivirus has picked it up because it either is a Trojan or a virus. Put it on a fast anti-software one for now. I'm not using AVG because they're fucking expensive. They're charging me £10 a month, which I can't afford, so I've cancelled that. AVG is only like $29.99 for a year if I subscribe to it, which I'm not going to do yet because I've still got like, I think 30 or 60 day trial on this one, and I could always uninstall it and reinstall it and just keep doing that way to save money. But the computer is working better. I've got my DVR camera started playing up over the last couple of days. I've got that sorted out. It's something to do with the connectors on the power cables. You know, I just swapped them around, and that's all working. Because my balcony one was like fucking 30 lines across it, and the camera just went kind of white, kind of thing, like a white glare. But that's all sorted out. Even the kitchen one started playing around. I've got that sorted out as well. So the DVR sorted out. If I couldn't have sorted out, I would have gotten a new one out, but it would have only been 4 cameras, not 8. But the old one's working again. So the DVR's working again. The computer's working again. I hope they will stay working for another year at least. If not, if I suddenly disappear offline, you don't see me streaming for a while, then you know the computer's down and I'm not going to be back on. Because the laptop I've got here, when I do a stream on it, it doesn't like streaming properly. It lags out and freezes and, you know, breaks up on the old audio. So the laptop isn't powerful enough for live streaming. Even though it's got a webcam on it as well. Should be okay. It's got Windows 10 on it, but, you know, I don't know why. Sometimes software just fucks up and you don't know what's screwed up, and just takes a hell of a long time to try to find out what's causing it, and eventually you get so fed up you do a format and hope that does it. Like with the PC, it's working, it's sorted, but the laptop, even if I've done a fresh format and put a fresh install in there, I don't think I'll be able to stream on YouTube that much with it, because one, you know, it might lag out like it's been doing again, or if I've got it in the living room, it's not picking up the Wi-Fi. Well, this one won't pick up Wi-Fi for some reason. You know, I have got another little laptop, but again, it's like this one. It lags out, it's slow, and the Wi-Fi keeps breaking up time to time. Because you've seen that happen on my streams before when I've had the laptop in there, and I've had 2 accounts on live stream, and you know, I've done a Ouija board in there where you can see me actually doing the live Ouija board more up close with the laptop, but sometimes the Wi-Fi is broken, or it just suddenly kind of like glitched out, and the laptop suddenly got offline for a little while, then came back on. So, you know, oh, I've got to go. So anyway, if I do suddenly disappear off the face of Earth, it's not because well, it could be 2 reasons. Either the computer's fucked up or I'm dead. And if I do die at any time for any reason, I'll come and haunt some of your asses and give you some of the experiences and the knowledge and the answers you require. All right, good night. God bless. I'll probably catch you Friday or Saturday. I'm going to go 1 quick cup of coffee, then bed. Take it easy. Good night. Bye-bye.